Riley Dillon for thenewfury.com, and we're at Warped Tour today in St. Pete, and it's actually not miserably hot out, so if you're not here, well, you're seeing us, it'll probably be a week after, so it's not going to do you any good. But anyway, so here with a new friend of mine, so why don't you introduce yourself, what you do, and what you do.
I am John, the bass player of the
Alright, now, you guys have been on Warped for a little while now. It's been a long time since you've been over here in the States at all. What's the reaction been to, your set and playing on Warped Tour and stuff like that?
It's been great, Seems to be our crowd, seems to be one of the oldest ones in the park every day, but, we haven't been here for 4 years and we've been around for a long time, so I think we're kind of reintroducing ourselves to the younger American kids that don't really know us, and it's been fun.
Alright, now, obviously Warped Tour has tons of different genres, pop punk, you've got a rap and hip hop stage, which is pretty cool. That's not something you would have seen 5-10 years ago. What kind of fans, besides your regular fan base that will come out to see you, have you gotten a lot of, a very diverse crowd?
Yeah, it's been pretty diverse. There's been a lot of people that have come specifically to see us and say, oh, we didn't really want to come to Warped Tour, but you guys haven't toured the States, so we came just to see you guys, and and we have some really, really awesome, dedicated fans down here that are making the trip out just to see us. But then it's been kind of nice, to get. I don't know what kind of fan is attracted to our band, but it could be. We don't really care really, as long as we're having fun and people are enjoying it. I don't care if it's a rising fan who likes our band or it's ours or whatever. Anybody, it's great.
All right, now obviously being able to play 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Only 30 minutes a day. How do you go about shooting a set list for something? That's got to be pretty hard.
That's a little challenging. We've been trying to kind of play the songs that we think that some of the American fans, peripheral fans, might know, and we're playing a few songs off of our new record, because that's kind of what we're in support of right now. And then we've just been switching it up regularly, trying to squeeze something in here and something there, that kind of stuff. So it's been a bit of a challenge. We're used to 90-minute sets where we can play stuff from all of our catalog.
Alright, now, with there being dozens of bands on Warped Tour, bands you may have toured with before, bands you may have even grown up listening to, or maybe even bands you grew up listening to you. Do you have a lot of friends on this tour? People that you hang out with after shows and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. There's been some familiar faces, some bands that we've toured with in Europe or over here. We've met the Welsh and Sleeps guys in the past. Things are cool, and Real Big Fish, we played shows with them, and Fortune City Soundtrack, and Silver Steam, and stuff like that. So there's been a little bit of a reunion in that regard, and then even some people that work on Warped Tour that were still here from 2006, the last time we were here. So yeah, it's been nice, and making new friends is always a good thing too.
Yeah, you mentioned you were last here in 06. I thought it was a little more recent than that, I guess.
No, that was on Warped. The last headlining tour I think was 4 years ago or 3 years ago here.
But not having played Warped for 7 years, how do you think the Warped landscape has changed in 7 years since you played them?
It's different. There's no skateboarders. There used to be a skate ramp. Bands seem to be more leaning towards more of the metal kind of genre rather than the punk rock. The last time we did it, we had I think No Effects was on it, Rose Records on the Bastards. A little bit more of the traditional punk rock sounds. Back in those days, a lot of the screamo bands were really popular, but Against Me and stuff like that. Elbow on it. So the music, the style is a little bit different, but basically it's kind of the same type of vibe. It's good. We were a little bit, weary coming out here as being kind of the old guys on the tour, and really the only thing that's kind of been a pain in the ass is trying to find a place to take shit every day.
Speaking about, how do you stay clean, fresh, and etc. when you're on a tour like this?
There's a pool over there.
Really?
We're allowed to use it today with our laminates. I've done this before. I know when there's good times it goes fun in the shower, when when people are lined up for catering and stuff like that. It's usually a good time to have a shower. I just gotta make it work. Or just go dirty. Nobody really cares.
All right. So there's been a ton of good albums released in 2013 that I've lost count at definitely. But what have you been listening to? Like, what albums have been released this year that really stood out to you?
Lately, I have been completely hooked on the new Gallant album. It's awesome. The musicianship on it is incredible. Really cool songs, and it's something different. Kind of brings me back, to the 90s again too, because that was the last time rap punk was relevant. So I've really been hooked on that. Otherwise, I've been listening to kind of some Canadian artists. There's a band called Colorado that I like. There's this band, I think, I don't know where they're from. They might be from Florida. Joyce Manor. They're pretty cool. Yeah. To be honest, I haven't been too thrilled with much of the music coming out, but I am 38 years old now, so the older you get, the more jaded you become. New music doesn't seem as exciting.
You mentioned the 90s. What are some of your favorite bands and albums from the 90s?
A lot of the grunge bands were really influential on my band, so bands like Blood Trigger Sex Magic was one of my favorite bands. Secret Impulse and Bad Motorfinger from Soundgarden, of course Nirvana, all those bands that came out in the early 90s, there was a lot less music available to us when we were kids back then. There was no internet, nothing like that, so you found music in old kind of traditional ways. You went to the record store, you heard it on the radio. If you were lucky, somebody would introduce you to somebody in kind of bands like Bad Religion, Effects and stuff like that. So the 90s was a pretty cool time because I think the music wasn't as accelerated and it was nurtured a little bit more. Now everybody's just really the culture of today is so accelerated with the internet and everything like that people jump from being in the band without really making connections, long-term connections. So a lot of those bands I still listen to, like where else to go with that answer?
All right. So last question for you. Do you have anything you'd like to tell your fans, and friends, and family?
Oh, I miss my family. I've never seen this interview, but no, we got another video coming out soon. We're touring this record off and on until November, and then we're done, and then we'll get back to the studio. Start working on another one.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being here. It's good getting to know you a little better. Make sure to check out Billy's talent on the rest of the works where you're not going to regret it. And what is your new video?
I don't know. We just kind of approved the final edit, so it'll be coming out soon. It'll be on the way.